In the previous set of videos, we focused on various features that can facilitate selling Workforce Management Suite. While many of these features are universal, when conducting a demo, it's better to key in on a few features that may make the biggest impact on your workforce management prospect. This video analyzes 4 industry types and keys in on the functionality that may be of greatest value to each type. The industry types we'll look at are healthcare, hospitality, retail, and what we will call distributive workforce, which includes businesses where the employees are normally in the field, like home health care or security guards. This slide illustrates some of the objectives for each of those industry types. And in this video, we'll elaborate on those needs and examine how Time Simplicity and TimeWorks Plus can address them. While these objectives are not unique to each type, they are a great place to start when deciding what to show in a demo. The healthcare industry relies on scheduling heavily in their workforce management. Making sure they have adequate coverage and a method to manage large divisions of employees is a primary need for healthcare management. And tools for doing this quickly with standards and protocols are also necessary. They also need a way for employees to be schedule aware. These organizations work with multiple shifts as well as employees that work in multiple positions. They also tend to have minimum staffing requirements that must be met within various divisions. Hospitals tend to have floors with different designations. A nurse may be assigned to a specific floor for the shift, and each floor may need to have a minimum one specific type of nurse, like an RN. These environments also tend to have employees scheduled by multiple managers. Time Simplicity has the means to address all these a manager of a hospital's nursing staff might create. Notice how shift templates are created for the specific positions necessary for each floor. And the RN shift in particular is color-coded blue. Here, in the Schedule All view, that color coding comes in handy. The schedules are organized by each floor, cardiology, ER, ICU, etc. And if a manager doesn't see blue on a day, then they know they need to schedule an RN. Also, by designating the floors as a component of the schedule, a manager can use the Schedule Coverage view for an hour-by-hour view of each floor. It provides a nice graphical representation to help identify periods of low staffing. The other commonality within these environments is that employees may be shared between departments and/or scheduling managers. With Time Simplicity's primary-secondary workgroup structure, a manager can have visibility of an employee's schedule in other departments. In this case, the nursing manager can see one of the employees is already scheduled in the lab. This functionality is a product of an employee belonging to multiple workgroups. Think of workgroups as a department, and a manager is responsible for scheduling one or multiple workgroups. However, an employee's schedule will be visible across all workgroups. Hospitality manages labor based on a very different set of factors as compared to our previous industry. The staff is usually comprised of a lot of part-time employees, and communication of the schedule to those employees is key. The staffing is also highly dependent on expected revenue, so the process of scheduling can't be too rigid, while also providing quick tools for alterations. Restaurants and bars tend to have a workforce that wants some say in the scheduling process. Servers may have preferences as to when they work, and swapping shifts is common. Also, the structure for the schedule is very need-dependent. Weekends and holidays can be busier than other days. Time Simplicity provides solutions for both these situations. As we demonstrated in our earlier video, the Schedule Preferences feature of Time Simplicity gives an employee the opportunity to request certain times they like to work and block out times they don't want to work. This is a great feature for a workforce that tends to have a predominantly student and part-time characteristic. Because restaurants are a 7-day-a-week operation and employees don't normally have a set weekend, shift trades are frequent. Through the employee self-service portal, employees can put their shift out there for someone to pick up, and employees can get a text message when a shift is available. Plus, This takes a lot of the responsibility from the manager to oversee shift trades and puts the onus on the employee. No more, "I thought Robert was working for me" excuses. Time Simplicity also has a feature called demand schedules. Think of demand schedules as a template of multiple shifts that are needed for certain repeating circumstances, like a busy holiday. The structure of those schedules can be saved, and instead of a manager recreating the schedules from scratch every time they expect a busy weekend, they can instead use their demand template and apply it to the schedule. Then, they'll have predefined candidate ordering to find the employee best suited for the shifts. Retail, like hospitality, shares some common objectives for employee awareness and budget control. There's also a need for labor insight, identifying tardiness and other attendance problems. Also, the retail industry tends to rely heavily on part-time employees and millennials. Some specifics to remember with this industry type is that when you have a large employee population with low weekly hours per employee, employees are rarely on site when the schedule is published. Also, being on time for a shift can be critical for making sure a client has adequate coverage. So labor insight is very valuable. And events like sales and holidays demand need-based scheduling. Those need-based schedules, combined with employees eager to know their upcoming schedules, makes Time Simplicity's notifications and mobile app a perfect selling point for this audience. Employees can go into their ESS portal and define how they want to receive notifications for events like the publishing of a new schedule or if their shift has been changed. So instead of an employee calling in to get the schedule, they can just wait for a text message and see the important details of their schedule right on their phone. Plus, the mobile app provides two of the most important features of the ESS for this industry: viewing the schedule and dropping shifts. As for attendance, the schedule alerts in TimeWorks Plus give a manager the ability to quickly identify those employees struggling to be on time. When employees work primarily in the field, it presents unique opportunities for addressing a client's workforce management needs. Employee awareness and gap coverage are two objectives of value to this industry. These businesses include home health care, security services, and in some cases, hospitality. Employees are off-site and often need to know more than just when they are working, but also where they are working. Mobile app usage would be a great place to start, since TimeWorks Plus's mobile app provides a way for punching in and out without a clock. As for their scheduling needs, schedule levels in Time Simplicity, like a location or even a patient code, are a way an employee's schedule can provide more than just the scheduled in and out time. And when that employee does arrive at a remote site, the labor code collection on TimeWorks Plus's mobile app can collect those codes for monitoring and reporting. Now, these brief scenarios may apply to industries beyond what we've listed here, but the key is to be familiar with Workforce Management Suite's capabilities and the problems it can solve. If you want more information on how these features are configured, please see the Time Simplicity category of courses in Solar. You can also go to the Support Center for in-depth knowledge base articles on all of these topics. Support Center is found in TimeWorks Plus under Help and Support.